Oh, and welcome to the October video for the Amherst Quilters Guild. This video is intended to introduce our latest challenge, which is going to be a fun one. All members of the Amherst Guild will receive an envelope in the mail, which contains an art postcard, directions for the challenge, and a script of this video. Now the challenge is to use the picture that you get, and everyone's got a different picture, and they're all randomly selected. So you may or may not like the picture that you get, but you will get one, and this video is going to help you find a way to get the inspiration from that video, from that picture. Inspiration is what it's all about, and you can make anything you want. A king-size quilt, a Christmas ornament, a little tiny miniature, or wearable art, anything that you feel is appropriate for what you want to do. Now, if you're not a member of the Amherst Guild and are interested in becoming a member, leave me a comment in the comment section below, and I will be happy to get you all the information that you need. Now, inspiration. When you look at this picture, what do you see? You probably see something that you look at and say, oh, that's graffiti, that's ugly, graffiti, it's defaced something. But your perspective may change when I tell you what it actually is. You have to put things in context sometimes. This is a piece of the Berlin Wall. Many sections of the wall have been saved and used as memorials or monuments, and it has a more significant meaning than just graffiti. It is part of the wall. Now, when you look at that picture, look at the colors. What colors can you pull out of there to make something? Maybe the red and yellow, maybe the blue. What colors are in there that you find interesting? You know, and let that picture determine your color palette. There are lots of interesting colors in there. Well, there's certainly enough colors in there. And I think you might find that there are some combinations that you like. Maybe it's the turquoise and the black, maybe it's the orange and yellow, maybe it's the white. But at any rate, there are a lot of pictures of colors to choose from. Now, one of the things that you can do with this picture is put it into a plastic page protector, and then using a permanent marker, you can pick out some of the shapes that you like. For example, these circles here, sort of uneven, irregular circles. That could be interesting. Over here is a star and some curved lines, also interesting. And down at the bottom here, there's some piano keys. So maybe there's some shapes in there that you find intriguing and that you could use to determine the design you want to use in your quilt. Another thing that you can do is crop the picture. Now I'm using some picture mats out of old picture frames, but you could just take a piece of paper and cut a square out of it or a circle out of it or any shape that you like, and cover up part of it. Now I find this section right here interesting. I like that little star shape. I think that's interesting. It is to me anyway. Maybe it's something down here. You can move this around in all directions to try and find out what you find interesting. There's a bigger section. And that's interesting. So cropping the image and finding a way to look at parts of it that interest you may be the way to find your design. Now you can also get a new perspective on it. Look at it different ways. Turn it upside down, turn it sideways. Look at it across the room without your glasses. Look at quirky angles. There are many different ways to look at something, and find the ways that make interesting shapes for you. You can also cut your picture into small pieces and rearrange them. By rearranging them, maybe you can see what it looks like with sashing, or put the picture together in a different abstract way. All of this could be interesting. Now, the other thing you need to consider is, what do you want to make? Do you want to make a king-size quilt? Do you want to make a some tiny thing? Do you want to make wearable art? Now, what is the end use of your creation? This will help you determine what you want to do and what you want to pick out of it. If you have photo editing software, if you have Windows on your computer, you will have Photo Gallery, and Photo Gallery has an edit function which allows you to look at different filters on the picture. If you have Photoshop, or if you don't have any other software, you can download a software called GIMP, which is free shareware. It will give you pretty much the same thing as Adobe Photoshop, but you know, it's a little complex to learn to use, but you can do it because it's free. So, in the photo editing software, there is a function called filters. And the filters will change a picture in different ways so that you can determine a different look. For example, you can filter it to be in black and white. It could be blurred, it could be pixels. You could add text. You can do outlines, embellish it. You can reduce it in size and then make multiples of the same thing, or you can make one big picture, or just select out part of it, crop it again. It helps to know the context of the picture. Now you'll have the information about it on the back. You can look it up online or in an art book. You can scan it in, or sometimes you can take the image from the internet and put it into your photo editing software and do some of these creative filtering techniques, all of which can be very, very interesting. Now, things don't always go the way we've planned. So what we need to do is look at mistakes as opportunities. I believe Bob Ross called it the happy little mistakes. And those mistakes can be the opportunities for some sort of new way of thinking. In Japan, there's an art called kintsugi, and I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly, but what it is the philosophy of giving a broken object a new lease on life. This little dish was broken, and it's been repaired with gold lacquer, which holds it together but gives it a whole new look. It's creating something beautiful out of something broken. And we can do that with our quilting too. When we mess up, sometimes I think that a lot of the designs that come up, particularly the traditional ones, are because people have messed up and said, oh, the heck with it, I'll just call it something else. But there is a Japanese concept that goes along with kintsugi, which is wabi-sabi. Wabi-sabi is the beauty in imperfection. In Japanese philosophy, everything is beautiful, whether it has been repaired or whether it's broken, whether it's imperfect or perfect. So what we need to do is think of our work in those terms, that it's never, never ruined. There's always an opportunity, no matter what happens. So, with that in mind, wait for your postcard. Once you get it, look at it, read the directions, go over these exercises, and create. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy it. In May, we will begin looking at what everybody accomplished, and I look forward to seeing what you all have done. If you have any questions, or if you want more information about the Guild, leave a comment, let me know. I will get back to you. So, thank you very much for watching. Have a happy fall.